What's up, Internet? What's going on? It's a lovely Thursday morning down here in Tacoma, Washington.
Internet, what's up? It's Thursday and having a lovely morning here. While I kind of try to sort through some of the video on the build here. I know I got way off track with trying to keep footage together and stuff because I didn't have a computer to offload it to. But like I said, the office is coming together, so now I'm sorting through it and realizing that I shot a bunch of weird video that's just kind of me rambling around the room. And so doing my best to piece it together so it makes a little bit of sense to y'all. But the current state of affairs is much more advanced than what this video is showing right here, but this is some of the steps as I went through to do all these gussets and get all the joists and the ceiling straight and all that kind of stuff. This whole building was completely out of whack. It is almost 100-year-old shed, basically. Obviously, it was built as a garage, but back in the day, they built garages for Model Ts and nothing to be in them, just a kind of a storage area. So they didn't necessarily take a lot of time to really worry all that much about foundation and that kind of stuff. As you guys know from the earlier videos, I had to do some foundation work and whatnot to kind of shore up the end of the building here. I know Mr. Lindholm was talking about some of that, and hopefully I gave you guys a little bit of a better idea the length of work that had to go into that. Also, as I mentioned yesterday's video, I have decapitated my thumb, which will be coming up. So this is the trigger warning. If you are triggered by blood and guts, there will be some action shots of my disgusting thumb in about a minute and a half coming up in the video. But as you can see here, we have like I said, I have a bunch of video that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, so I'm trying to piece it together. The insulation went pretty well. We ended up just going straight R13. Probably, we didn't really have very much more space in the wall. Otherwise, I would have had to gone with like 2x6s in order to accommodate the thicker insulation. But R13 is going to work pretty well for what we're trying to accomplish here with an outdoor room. It won't be the best thing, but up here in Washington, it really only dips down and gets cold, a couple weeks out of the year, realistically. Otherwise, moisture is going to be the biggest issue that I'm going to have to be combating because it's pretty humid up here most all of the time. So, this door here wouldn't even shut properly. Had to take a ton of work to get this thing straightened out. People had just shot it in with finish nails and stuff like that. Here I am just roughing in some of the boxes to eventually get the electrical pulled. Obviously, this is a little off on the timeline because the electrical is done now, but I just wanted to give you guys a little shot like how some of this work goes. I'd throw down a time lapse or something, and it goes by super fast. But just to give you an idea, like how long some of this crap takes, like, if you're going to get some work done on your house or whatever, just to give you an idea. And the thumb is coming up. There's no actual video of me cutting my thumb off, but there it is. Oh, disgusting. And the dildo thumb. You like dildos? You like dildos thumbs? I have this massive bandage on my finger. Has been a bit of a nightmare. Exposed the bone, fractured the bone, and removed a lot of important fingering aspects of my thumb. The one thing separating me from the apes, my opposable thumbs. Now I'm probably half ape, half man due to only having one thumb. Is that how that works? I'm pretty sure that's how that math works. You saw a quick time lapse there of us throwing up the drywall. As you can see, it's a green in color because it is the oh damn, I'm having a brain fart, but it's the green kind, which is good for bathrooms, and it is mold resistant. There we go. It's in my head somewhere. As you can see from some of this roof shot here, this will be the storage area up above for all this long crap or extra fish tanks or any of that kind of stuff. Obviously, because I'm making this into a storage area, this needed to be really overbuilt. in order for it to handle. And doing the math on this building was very difficult to figure out where load stress and all that kind of stuff was going to go. So I ended up having a stack split beam in the front here in order to set both levels. I mean, that's how far off this building is from side to side. 5.5 inches, I believe, on center from the front. Now in the back, it's not the same. In the back, it's only off by 2 3/4, I believe. And here's some old footage apparently thrown in of getting the ditch together randomly. There's me going out and getting the ditch together. This is after I had backfilled in order to throw down the water line, I think. Like I said, things have gotten a little bit out of whack with the timeline, with the move, with all this work I've been doing. It has been a little thrown off, and then I've just been getting curveball after curveball after curveball on almost everything that's going on. You know, we have this new house, and we just discovered that there's a small leak in the roof. Awesome. So, you know, the list of things to do just keeps growing, and you know, but let's be honest here. I like that. I like being busy, and I like having a lot of stuff to do, and that's awesome. But as I mentioned before, everything has started, no matter how shitty the curveballs have been or whatever, just keep working on stuff, and you just end up moving forward, and that's my plan. That's just how I tackle stuff. Just keep working on it, and it will get done. And before you know it, you've completely forgotten that there was even anything in the way in the first place. One of the really bad pieces of news that I've got was when I broke down the big tanks, I moved all the shrimp into some buckets for shipping. And by that point in time, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We were loading up a big truck. It was a really late night, so I ended up leaving the bucket at my old house with a heater in it. And welcome to coming back the next morning, and I had a shrimp boil on my hands due to, you know, it's hard to say because it seems like the heater is functioning properly. I may have just, in my tired state, thrown the heater that was heating a 300-gallon tank into a bucket, and, you know, that's my fault. Hey, there's the bandaged thumb. The dildo got a little smaller. It's even a little bit smaller now. Now I have like a plastic brace over it and having to change the bandage every day. But as I was saying before, the shrimp met a really untimely death, and it's just many years of work down the drain. And realistically, probably a careless mistake on my behalf. It was not my intention to have that happen or anything like that, and it's just the reality. You know, I can sit here and bitch and complain about it and be all upset, but it's not going to bring them back. You know, they're done, and that's how that's got to go. So I have to try and find some local shrimp breeders and whatnot to kind of team up with again. The other guy that I know that was really into it at one point got leukemia and stopped doing it. So I just kind of think about perspective when it comes to stuff like that, because I don't have leukemia. I just happen to have some dead shrimps and black video. Oh, that's right. I turned the lights on and off for this. This is actually like where we're at right now. Done with the hanging the drywall. And a lot of you out there that are experienced with drywall will notice as you look around the room, we got some pretty ridiculous gaps in the wall. I got some centimeter gaps and stuff like that to fill. And as you kind of look around, I've used fiber tape throughout the whole room. I know that's more expensive and kind of to some people would be a waste. But I have rolls of fiber tape left over from doing bathroom remodels and stuff like that. So the fiber tape is a better application in this kind of moist exterior area doing the drywall. So I just went ahead and did that. Plus, it was much easier to put up fiber tape one-handed, like a one-handed monkey up on a ladder trying to, tape off a room. And those of you that follow me on Facebook were talking shit about me, even just making the attempt. So, It's coming along. I got a couple sheets left to do on the exterior here. As you can see, on the outside walls are going to be done fairly soon. Actually, today I'm going to end up hanging that board, getting that stuff up. And then I have the last corner back there by the wood stove to get done. So Really not a whole lot on the exterior. The interior needs a lot of mud. Vicky and I are making the decision whether or not we want to texture. And then I also have some concrete work to do on this floor here. I'm going to have to pound screws and rebar and shore up and level out the floor in here a little bit just because of how far off it is. Basically just going to make little platforms out of concrete for the tanks to be sitting level on. And look at my little water nozzle there's all sideways. Don't worry, that'll get straightened out when I add the plate to the wall. But overall, I'm pretty enthusiastic with how we are at this point. We're coming up to the end of the video for today. Those of you that want to support, go to darkstararts.com, click through the Amazon banner. It doesn't add any money to your order. All it does is just give us the advertising props. Throughout the month of April, Amazon has increased our percentage for the month of April. So if you guys go ahead and do that, order your toilet paper and butt stuff, that would be fantastic. All right, later.